Polestar 3 SUV, the first SUV from Polestar. And if you're wondering what Polestar is, it was a thing that Volvo did, and then they split apart, and not totally apart, but Polestar is now its own brand, only EVs. This is the third model, Polestar 3. I have another video here on the channel with it. I was on the First Drive program last September, and we took it on a track and we took it on an off-road course. And this week I've had a chance to just do street driving, city living, whatever you want to call it, day-to-day living with it. Because on that program, we really only drove it on the street for like 20 minutes. It feels like you have a jetpack attached to your car in this thing. It is so quick. The 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is 4.7 seconds. So 0 to 60 miles would be, I'm gonna guess like 4.5, 4.6 seconds. Super quick. This is the performance trim, dual motor, all-wheel drive, long range performance. So this is the top spec. In the US, you can get a rear-wheel drive single motor. In Canada, you can only get the dual motor all-wheel drive, either in the regular or the performance. This is the performance. So this has all the bells and whistles on it. It has my favorite sound system, Bowers & Wilkins. It has amazing get up and go. It charges well. It has a lot of range, 450 kilometers in range. So I will talk more about the range in miles and so on when I'm driving. We have a beautiful black. I love this body style. Let's have a closer look. See what I mean about the body style? It's really good looking for an SUV. I love the sporty brakes and tires. These are Brembo brakes. They're gold calipers, huge discs. We got 22-inch wheels on the performance. We have performance tires on this. These are, I think these might be Michelin's. Well, they are Michelin, but I'm trying to see if they're summer. They must be summer because, oh yeah, they're Michelin Total Performance. They're not all seasons or mud and snow or they might be all seasons, but they're not mud and snow or winter tires. Flat door handles that sit flush. I'm going to show you the keys. They're really quite unique. This body style is very coupe-like for an SUV, which of course lends itself to less space than its cousin, the Volvo EX90, which gets a third row. This one does not. I absolutely love the styling of the back end, the simplicity of it, the light bar, the simple black on black Polestar badge here. You might not even be able to see it. Like no extra badging. I love that. I don't like this. I wish they would have taken the rear wiper and tucked it underneath here. A lot of brands do that, and I think it just looks so much cleaner than having it sticking out right there. Power lift gate, and I love Polestar and Volvo's unique rear trunk cargo management system. I'm going to show you. This has active air suspension, which means it adjusts as you're driving. And if you are at top speed or on the highway, it's going to automatically lower for aerodynamics. But you can also lift and lower it from back here. This is what I mean by the cargo management system. So these are hooks, perfect for grocery bags. See, it even has a grocery bag or just a bag icon on it to show you. We have our charging cable in here. But this comes up, of course, it's tucked underneath the, okay. And that's what I mean about cargo management system. You can see we have a pass-through, tethers for child car seats, 3 of them, and the seats fold 60-40, plus we have a privacy shade, and then this is the button to lift and lower the air suspension from back here, and then a 12 volt as well. I'm not kidding you when I say it feels like you have a jetpack attached to this Polestar 3. It is so smooth and quiet. It has so much get up and go. It has that instant electric torque, 517 horsepower. Yes, all-wheel drive, 450 kilometers in range, which is about 280 miles. You will get more range out of the dual motor long range than in this performance. and a little bit less power, but it's still, I think, almost 500 horsepower in the lesser spec. I don't know the single motor specs because we don't have that one in Canada, but incredibly comfortable seats. Obviously, I love the drive feel. It's like a sports car in a small SUV body, performance SUV. And it has active air suspension, so it is actively adjusting ride height as needed. When you go off-road, if you're going to take your $100,000 electric SUV off-road, you can. I've done an off-road course in this, but you would adjust the ride height, and you can do that manually as well, so make it taller, giving you more ground clearance and better approach angles. Yeah, it's fun to drive. All right, this is one of those cool SUVs or EVs, I should say, that you get in and put your foot on the brake, it starts immediately. You don't have to do anything else. We also get some pretty cool keys. This is a card, and you can actually add this to your Apple Wallet and use it as your phone or device as a digital key, or phone as key. And then we have this little fob that also functions as a key on its own. You don't need to have both. We just do because it's a press car. And then you charge this on the little pad here. So I've been trying to keep it on there to keep it charged. Very minimal interior, a tiny little driver display or controls. Our haptic buttons here for controlling things like the side view mirrors and the steering wheel adjustment and so on, but it's set up through here. Wireless CarPlay, Google-based system, works really well, connected to my phone, obviously, seamlessly, immediately. And then of course we have some other apps because this is a Google built-in system, and then dual climate control. Actually, it's tri-zone because the rear is its own as well. But what I really like, I do like the settings being in the screen. I don't mind at all. I love that we have everything very clearly marked here. This does have pilot assist, the adaptive cruise with stop and go, and I love it. I like to have my one pedal driving on, but you can turn it off, and you can turn on creep. So creep is kind of like the opposite of auto hold. When you take your foot off the brake, it'll start to creep. And then range and performance means I have it in range right now. That means just getting more range and using less energy. So it's typically going to be just rear wheel drive. If you're in range mode, performance is going to give it all it's got. Different steering settings. I have an error on the suspension all of a sudden. That's new. It has not been doing that this week. So, and then Google Maps is the default, but I can open my CarPlay and use Apple Maps, whatever you prefer. So much space back here. Look at this. Yes, this is in my driving position. I'm 5'1", so yeah, but like, holy smokes, the amount of room back here is crazy. I love that it turns on even when I get into the back seat. The air just came on. That's amazing. We have heated seats back here, 2 USB-C chargers, rear climate control, seat back pockets. These are not leather, but a very premium feeling fabric. And it says right on the seats that it is bio-attributed microtech. So it's PVC, fossil-free, 100% fossil-free PVC, it says right on the seats. But like, we've got metal accents and things on here that are just so posh feeling, to be honest. I mean, at this price point, you would expect posh materials. We have latch or ISOFIX for 2 child car seats, and then this huge fixed glass roof, which I love. But I do prefer Number one, when they open, partially at least, and if not open, at least have a sunshade or some kind of tech that makes this darker or lighter, like I've seen in some other cars, which I won't name because I'm not sure if that content's going to go live before this. Bowers & Wilkins premium sound system in here. By premium, I mean that's not part of the name of the sound system. We also have hooks back here. But Bowers & Wilkins on Volvos and now Polestar and some others. I believe BMW uses Bowers & Wilkins too. It's hands down my favorite sound system. It just sounds amazing. And in this small or somewhat compact interior, it's really, really an amazing sound system. I just wanted to give you guys an actual close-up of the seats and the materials and what I'm talking about with the quality. Like you can see there's metal and these seats feel really nice. They don't feel cheap or like plasticky or anything. And this feels really premium too. Just like really solid. Excellent. So this is interesting. I just checked the car and it says made in China, but I was reading that a US article that they were built in the US. So I'm guessing that means the Canadian Polestars are coming from China and the US Polestars are coming from, I believe it said South Carolina or North Carolina. Anyway, it was in the US. So, interesting. The price starts at 97,000 Canadian for the dual motor long range. In the US, you can get a rear wheel drive for 68,000 US dollars. So that is not a dual motor, that would be a single motor. And then in Canada, this top spec, the performance one, will set you back 106,000 Canadian dollars. And this one is also the top spec in the US at 81,300 US dollars. What do you think? The Polestar brand is new, but it's been around with Volvo for quite a while. It was the performance leg or performance arm or whatever you want to call it with Volvo, and now it's its own standalone EV brand. Leave me a question or a comment. We'll see you guys soon, and don't forget to come find me on social and subscribe here.